What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Dermy Wormy, and we're coming at you with a very interesting story because there are massive layoffs coming to Amazon. That's right. These are exponential layoffs that are coming out of this, and it's not just affecting Amazon outright, it's also affecting Twitch, which is losing 35% of its overall workforce. That's right, it is a monumentous day, kind of a dour day as well, because there is some decent stuff on Amazon Prime itself, but Amazon also has only itself to blame for this situation, because the overall culprit of this is in fact the Rings of Power. That is correct. The Rings of Power is actually the overall problem behind the reasoning of all these layoffs, and they're cutting off people from in regards to Amazon Prime Video, Amazon MGM Studios. They're cutting people over at Twitch, losing, I think it was 300% of its workforce, 35% of its workforce, 500 workers all around. So this is a massive over-the-top layoff, and we have this nice little letter or email that came out in regards to this from the actual one of the executives over at Amazon itself. Team, we've taken significant steps towards our long-term vision of making Prime Video the first choice entertainment destination for customers worldwide, and I'm proud of everything we've accomplished as a team to date. Our investment in programming, marketing, and technology have enabled us to expand our section of blockbuster movies, hit TV series, live sports, the world's largest TVOD, I think TV broadcast catalog, along with over 650 partner channels worldwide, and AVOD, I don't even know what that is, services including Freevee, all available in a single destination, delighting customers around the globe. And through our acquisition of MGM, we've increased our investment in theatrical films and driven growth in MGM Plus and our licensing and third-party production businesses. That's right. Yet at the same time, our industry continues to evolve quickly, and it's important that we prioritize our investments for the long-term success of our business, while relentlessly focusing on what we know matters most of our customers. Throughout the past year, we've looked at nearly every aspect of our business with an eye towards improving our ability to deliver even more breakthrough movies, TV shows, and live sports in a personalized, easy-to-use entertainment experience for our global customers. As a result, we've identified opportunities to reduce our discontinued investment in certain areas while increasing our investments and focus and content and product initiatives that deliver the most impact. As a result, these decisions, we will be eliminating several hundred roles across the Prime Video and Amazon MGM Studio organization. I can't read apparently, but that's hilarious. That's outright hilarious, because remember this, a lot of the shows that they've been putting out, yes, you have the Boys, which I think is just honestly propaganda, but The Boys is raved about. You know, you got your Reachers, which I believe is more licensed and not actually produced by them. You have your Invincible, which I really love Invincible. I thought that is fantastic. You have all these fantastic shows out there, but on top of that, they're giving you things like Amazon Rings of Prime. They're giving you things like Wheel of Prime. You're about to have Fallout come out to the Amazon series. That's right, Fallout's coming, and I believe God of War is also set to be airing on Amazon as well. So you got a bunch of stuff to look forward to over there, right? Right? No, you don't. In reality, you're scaring people away. You're hurting some of your big market brands. And instead of actually focusing on the stuff that works, you want to be pumping money into things that don't work, like Rings of Power. And why do I keep bringing up Rings of Power? Why am I talking about that? Well, we come over here to Park Place, where when you start scrolling down, you find out the announcement comes after it was reported that the Lord of Rings, the Rings of Power, had a reported budget of $1 billion. You mean this show that looked hideous, costuming across the board was horrendous, a show that you did, it was just ugly to visually look at, horribly written, narrative didn't make sense, a god awful show, a show that lost viewership like overnight. The amount of viewership they outright lost cost them $1 billion. What? And for all I know, this is $1 billion over the course of how many seasons they want to put out. But at the same time, this does not look like $1 billion show. This looks ridiculously under budget. So I want to know where the rest of that billion went, but you come over here. Prime Video seemingly did not get any of that money back, as reported in April 2023 from The Hollywood Reporter's Kim Masters, indicated that only 37% of viewers completed the series, meaning a whopping 63% watched some of it and then turned it off and did not look back. Masters reported, while Amazon, like other streamers, provides only limited data, and initially it held information even more closely than usual on the series, sources confirmed that The Rings of Power had a 37% domestic completion rate, customers who watched the entire series. She added, overseas it reached 45%. A 50% completion rate would be a solid but not spectacular result, according to insiders. So it failed across the board. It outright failed. It was a disaster of monumental proportion. This show is now going to probably continue to hemorrhage money because the show is still set to come out. We have discussions that it might not even come out this year. It might come out next year. But this season 2 of this is already finished recording. It's already finished filming and everything like that, and we still haven't seen anything like that. But something else that has already finished recording and has already been put out and beat out Amazon's Rings of Prime was House of the Dragon. You guys gotta remember, it's not like people didn't want Rings of Prime to actually do well, but it failed, and then there is a thirst, a hunger, a desire for good things. When you see House of the Dragon was phenomenal, and it was night and day because these two shows were going head to head, and you could see the complete difference. It was a mockery of Rings of Prime. House of the Dragon outright destroyed it, showed you what good storytelling is, showed you how to actually prevail in creating a fantasy narrative, a fantasy story, having wonderful visuals. Dragons looked amazing, made for less money, by the way. And yet it pulled in more viewership, it made more money, and was a resounding success across the board. But in comparison, freaking Rings of Prime looked hideous. It looked god awful. It was not a good story, and it cost them $1 billion freaking dollars. That's a joke. No wonder they're having to cut costs here or there. No wonder they're having to trim down over at Twitch, especially after their whole debacle that's been going on. But you want to know the sad reality of all this? The really sad reality is they're not going to cut where they need to be cutting. They're not going to cut things like freaking Wheel of Prime. They're not going to cut things like Amazon's not Amazon's House of the Dragon, Amazon's Rings of Power. They're not going to cut any of the actual shows that they should be cutting. No, they're going to double down on that, and they're going to start maybe cutting things from like Invincible, for example. They're going to cut things from other MGM products. We might not get that Stargate show that they were promising, but hey, he still wonders about that. But we are also set to get freaking Fallout's coming out next month. You guys ready for that? You're ready for a Westworld inspired Fallout? Because I sure am not, but I'm going to review that. At the end of the day, this is a making of Amazon's own doing. You caused this by putting out a subpar show and spending way too much money on it. And it's funny to watch it all fall apart and burn down in front of us. But I'm going to leave it there, guys. Let me get your guys' thoughts on all this down in the comments below. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Share it out, friends. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell for every time I put out a new video and go live, guys. And I'll see you all in the next one. Bye for now.